Coca-Cola presents Educating the Future Minds of America. Today we're joining you from WMF5. I'm your host, Abby Hersom, and joining me today is Dr. Roger Belton. He's here to talk about the MEL model. So, Roger, what do you have for us today?
Well, I'm going to present to you the 4 primary facets of the MEL model. We have environment, experience, motivation, and meaning.
Okay, well, can you tell us a little bit about what you mean by environment?
Well, environment is very important to encouraging students to learn. I mean, you have to give them a very comfortable, a very good environment that encourages them to speak up. And another key part of this environment is reaching out to your students and making them feel welcome.
That is definitely an interesting concept. So not just having them sit there and copy out lessons for you.
Nope, respect is a key thing here too. So talking down to your students just isn't going to help anything.
Okay, well, how about experience? What do you mean by that? I mean, we should all have experience as teachers, correct?
Yeah, and right now, I mean, when we start teaching, we don't have any experience, but I mean, really, you have to make a good experience for the students. So differentiated instruction is a great way to make sure each student gets a good experience with their learning and they're encouraged to keep doing it on their own. And some variation, mixing it up a little bit, will also help students stay engaged.
That is a very good point. So not having them do the same type of lesson every single time. Well, for now, we have to go to a commercial break, but stay tuned to find out about the rest of the MEL model.
You know, everyone knows the importance of taking a break every once in a while when you're working. Well, the same thing holds true if you're having fun. Now, that's why plays have intermissions. And during the intermission, you'll find the nearby fountain where they serve Coca-Cola is a mighty popular place. A sparkling glass of ice-cold Coke is a sparkling addition to the festivity and the excitement of opening night. Coke has a bright flavor, a distinctive flavor, all its own, that has never been equaled. It's bracing, too. Coca-Cola gives you a bit of quick energy that brings you back so refreshed, so quickly, and with as few calories as half an average juicy grapefruit. So at intermission time or any time, pause and refresh. Stop at the fountain where Coke is served. Then you can relax with the most asked for soft drink in the whole world, bright and bracing Coca-Cola. Give yourself a break. Have a Coke.
And we're back. I'm here with Dr. Roger Belton, and he is telling us about the MEL model. So you just told us that the environment and experience are key in a student's learning. But next we have that key piece of motivation. Like, how do we get our students to want to learn?
Well, Abby, there are 2 main types of motivation. You have intrinsic and extrinsic. Intrinsic is probably the best motivation method. This method, you talk to your students, you figure out what they need, what they want, and you figure out their learning style, and then you adapt, and you work around what they have, their skill set, and you get them the lesson that they need. Extrinsic motivation is an outside form of motivation like reward or punishment, and it's to be avoided. This has a strong risk of just shutting the student down and just ruining your chances of making a productive student.
So I shouldn't bribe my students to get them to do good work for me.
No.
It's definitely interesting. Well, what about the meaning?
Giving meaning is on par with the rest of these 4 main parts. If you want your students to appreciate what you're teaching, if you want them to retain it, it has to apply to them. So in order to do this, you have to provide students with information that's not so much straight from the book, but more stuff that they can relate to. Doing something as simple as, instead of focusing on events in history, just focus on why those events happened. Teach these students lessons instead of facts. Again, knowing your students is crucial. I mean, student-teacher relationship is absolutely critical in getting your students what they need. So don't forget about them.
Well, thank you for your insight, Doctor, and to my beautiful audience out there, just have a wonderful day and keep drinking your Coca-Cola. Good night, folks.